Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So we have successfully completed the transition group component also. Now if you want to apply animations to any components or any element, so we need to use the transition if it is a single element, or if it is a multiple elements means then we need to use this transition group. Now we have a clear idea about those things. Now let's try to learn about the another built-in component available in the Vue 3, that is keep alive. So what is the use of this keep alive? So keep alive component. So this is also a built-in component that allows us to conditionally cache the component instances when dynamically switching between the multiple components. So when you are trying to switch between the multiple components, if you want to retain the state of the component, then we will be using this keep alive. So normally what we can see is we will be using this one in the dynamic components like component built-in component. I will try to show you this one. So here let's say that we are having two components. Previously we have did it right. Let's say component.vue, and in this component.vue what I will try to do is, let's open the script setup, and here I will be having a constant count is equal to, it's a ref variable, and I'm having a 0 by default, and here in this one I will show this count. So like this I will show it. So this is the count. Now if I want to do it, so I will be having a button, okay, and I will do the plus here, and we can do it here, we can add it here like this, and plus, and when it is clicked, and I will try to do the count plus plus, that's it. So this is the thing I am trying to use it. And if you go to the app.vue, instead of using this transition list, I want to use the transition component. Why? Because in the transition component we have the where is this transition component? Transition component. Here we are showing component is active component, and component A, component B we are switching, and we can remove. Oh, okay, we can add this one all. Transition component. Let's try to use this transition component. Yeah, and let's remove this transition list. So fine. If you go to the output, and if you try to see here, if I refresh this page, so component A we are having a count. If I am trying to increase it, we are able to increase the count also. So this is the component A. Let's go to the component B and design this component B also. Here I will be having a simple input message. Input type is equal to text, and here we can have VIF model a simple message. So now we'll be having a script setup, and here we will be having something like constant message is equal to, sorry, message is equal to, and I can have the ref variable of empty. So this is the ref variable, and here we'll be having the component A and component B. Let's refresh this page, component B. So here we are having these two components. Let's decrease some animations. So let's make it fast. I think it's 1 second. I think let's make it as 0.2 seconds. Fine. Now if I try to see it, so we need to get immediately component B. Yeah, I'm able to get it very. So now if you try to see here, okay, we are getting some warning that we need to use the shallow ref instead of ref, where it is, that is nothing but, so for this one, when you are trying to switch the components, so we need to use the shallow ref so that it will record the changes of this component only instead of that component inside component. So now we are able to see without any problem. So fine. Now we are having two components. Okay. So component A and component B. Now when I switch from when I am in the component A, what I did was, so I have increased some counter to 5. Now I switched back to the component B. Now I have written something like Leela WebDev or anything. Okay, Leela Web I have written, and I want to switch back to the component A. Now if you try to see here, the count has become resetted to 0, and if I try to go to component B, again the input box, whatever the text box we are able to see, it's empty. So that means all the time when you are switching back from one component to another component, so it will be what I can say is, so either this is a normal behavior, so it will be destroyed and a new instance of the component is created. So that is one thing. So whenever you are trying to switch from one thing to this, so all the state, whatever the changed state you have did it, so it will be lost. So when this component is displayed again, a new instance will be created with only the initial state. So that is the thing. So that is, this is the normal creating a fresh component instance and all those things on the switch is a normal behavior. So it's a useful behavior. But for example, let's say that we want to have a case in such a way that the two component instances to be preserved. So the state should be preserved even when they are inactive. So for example, let's say that I am component A, component B is inactive. When I switch back here, the data what I am trying to write it here. So it should be preserved. So when I go back to component A, it should not be destroyed. Instead of destroying, it should be in inactive state. If I go to component B, now a fresh instance is created, right? So it should not be created like that. So in order to make this one, so what we need to do is, so we need to make this component as keep alive. So that is the thing. So if I go here, we need to use keep alive. So this is the component we need to use it. That's it. So whenever you use this keep alive for this component, whatever the components here it will be cached. So now if I try to see the output, okay, and here we will be able to see, and component B I have written something. If you go to component A, see the state is preserved, and here the state is also preserved. So what is happening here? So if I don't use the keep alive, what will happen? Normally, whenever a component is loaded, okay, so what will happen? On mounted hook will be fired. So here on mounted will be fired. Here I can write console.log on mounted component A, right? And another one is when it is removed, so on unmounted will be fired. So these are the common generalized lifecycle hook. So console.log unmounted component A. In the same scenario, what I can do is for the component B also, we can go and we can write it here. Oh, sorry, what is happening here? Let's copy this one and paste it here. Yeah. So this one is component B, and here this one is component B. And we need to import this on mounted and also on unmounted. Fine. So now remember that we are not using the keep alive. Now all the time whenever the component is deleted, so whenever the component we are switching, it will be removed and it will be added. So here first time you will be able to see unmounted has been fired. If I go to the component B, unmounted and the component A is fired, and next again component B mounted is fired. If I go back to the component A, unmounted is fired and again unmounted. So that means every time whenever the component is going away, switching away, so the component will be destroyed and again the component will be created. But this time if I try to use the keep alive, okay, what will happen? Let's try to see. So now keep alive is there. So here if I try to do it, so first time component A is fired, okay. If I go to the component B, see unmounted is not fired. So that means in the backend it is going into the inactive state. It is not unmounting. So the component is not removed from the DOM, but it is in the unmounted. It is not unmounted. And again unmounted has been fired for the component B. Now if I switch back to the component B, so nothing will happen. Mounted will not fire again. So this is the one thing you need to understand. Mounted will not fire again. If I go to the component B, again mounted will not fire. But how can I know that whether the component has been switched? So for this one, we have another side lifecycle hook that was nothing but on activated and on deactivated. So here if I try to use on activated, okay, so we can use this on activated console.log activated component A, and another one is on deactivated. So remember that this one, these hooks will fire only when the component is in the keep alive. So console.log deactivated component B. Okay, so these are the two things, and let's copy this one and paste it in the component B also. And here if I try to use this same thing, component B, and also here is also component B. Okay, let's add this on activated and also add this on deactivated, and here in the component here we need to add it, need to change it to component A, not component B. Yeah. Now if you see here, if I refresh this page, so first time, hey, what is happening? On deactivated is not defined. What is this on deactivated? Okay, for this one on deactivated is not defined. Okay. Yeah. Now let's go. Let's try once again. Yeah. So if when the component A is mounted, we are able to see that on mounted is fired and also the activated component A is also fired. But when I move to the component B, first the deactivated component A will be fired and on mounted activated will be fired. So from the next time onwards, mounted will not fire. So all the time activated, deactivated will fire. If I go to component A, only the deactivated component B is firing and activated is firing. And if I go to component A, deactivated component A is fired and activated component is B is fired. So like this, it will be the lifecycle hook will work. So the mounted, the first time when the component is the first time it is launching means mounted and activated will fire. So then afterwards when the component we are switching means only the activated and deactivated only will be fired. So this is what I want to tell you. So hope you understood about this keep alive component. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.